Hi friends, this is FirearmPop and I'm here today with another issue of First Freedom magazine. Okay, this is the, let's see, it just came in the mail, September issue. And of course we're going to go over on page 26 the armed citizen stories. So hey, I haven't even glanced over these, and I enjoy doing it better that way. I may stumble a little bit. Maybe you might see a little cutout if I really fub some lines. But at least it gives you my honest first impressions of the stories. Okay, so without further ado, let's get going here. Michael there you go. Votruba had arrived home from a long day at work when he spotted an animal scurrying across the yard as he exited his vehicle. Michael was clearly able to identify the animal as a bobcat when it approached him growling. He drew his pistol he was carrying and took a few steps back. The bobcat lunged at him, attacking his legs. Michael shook free and ran only a few steps before the bobcat jumped on his chest. Again, Michael fought back, throwing the cat to the ground and shooting twice. Then the bobcat lunged at his chest yet again. Michael fired several more shots, killing the animal. Michael was not seriously injured during the attack. He immediately received the necessary rabies shots and an updated tetanus shot. And that happened in Holden, Massachusetts. Okay, very interesting. Yes, it's our target is not always a two-legged animal, and I use the word animal. Okay, so great to hear that, and I'd love to know. It doesn't give details of what caliber pistol he was using and why it took so many shots to bring this animal down. So it would have been interesting to know that. If you do know, please add it to the comments below if you've heard the story before. So Jan Cooper, 72, here we go, was at home with her husband, Bob, 85, when she made a 911 call for help as a man attempted to break into their home. She told police to hurry as the assailant was on her back porch trying to gain entry through a sliding door. She told the police that she was armed with a .357 revolver and that she would shoot if need be. When she heard the door sliding open, she fired. The intruder fled, but was later found and arrested for burglary. "I don't mean to shoot anybody," said Cooper, "but whatever is necessary to literally stop them. He was not going to come into my home." And that happened in Anaheim, California. Okay, great news. At approximately 11 p.m., a resident responded to the sound of an intruder entering his home. A 21-year-old man had used a shovel to break through a back window and enter the residence. The resident retrieved a firearm and shot down the hallway toward the intruder. The intruder, who already had a long list of previous offenses, was struck and later pronounced dead. The homeowners were reportedly not injured during the home invasion, and that happened in Orangeburg, South Carolina. Jessica Grayson was driving behind a pickup truck when the truck suddenly stopped in front of her, blocking her lane. A man exited the truck and approached Grayson's vehicle. He began beating on the window and grabbing the door handle in an attempt to get in. Jessica quickly pulled out her Colt .357 revolver and pointed my gun at him, and I told him to step away from my car or I would shoot him, Grayson explained. The assailant immediately backed away from her vehicle and left. Her voice: "You hear a lot of stories about guns being used in crimes, but they prevent crime every day too," Grayson said. "Amen, sister. What if I hadn't had my gun that day?" And that was in Danville, Alabama. Amen. Yeah, you sometimes don't even have to fire a shot. Okay. Store owner Arturo Travis, 69, was working at McCain's Liquors when a masked man entered, pulled a gun on him, and demanded money. Travis did not hesitate to draw his own firearm from his right hip and pointed back at the would-be robber. When he saw Travis's gun, the attempted robber fled the premises. It was last reported the police were reviewing surveillance video and searching for the attempted robber, and that was in Lawrence, Massachusetts. While walking down the sidewalk, a military service member was assaulted by a man he did not know. As he was walking around 3 p.m., he was approached by a stranger who proceeded to verbally assault him before physically striking him in the head. The attack was reportedly unprovoked. The service member, also a concealed carry permit holder, pulled out his firearm, detaining the assailant until police arrived and arrested him. And that was Olympia, Washington. A woman and her son were driving around 11:30 a.m. when a vehicle cut them off and abruptly stopped in front of them. A man exited the vehicle, pulled the woman from her vehicle, and held a knife to her throat. When the woman's son got out of the car to confront the woman's attacker, he was reportedly punched in the face. A passerby witnessed the attack and stopped to intervene with his .40 caliber handgun. When the suspect saw the firearm, he quickly returned to his vehicle and drove off. The Good Samaritan who had stopped to help was able to get the suspect's license plate number, which later resulted in the attacker's arrest. He was charged with assault and battery of a high and aggravated nature and assault of third-degree battery. And that was in Richland County, South Carolina. Great story. Again, not a shot fired. Sometimes just the physical presence of a gun makes it, gives you things in your favor, puts the odds in your favor, and sometimes they see the errors of their ways and they move on to another pasture. So don't always have to fire it. Sometimes don't pull your gun unless it's absolutely necessary, and you should have the proper instruction before you do, as always. But anyway, more great stories. More elderly protecting themselves with firearms, and a lot of these shots weren't even fired. So we're really thankful for that. We appreciate it when shots don't have to be fired as well. Hope you enjoyed the stories. Look forward to telling you the next one. This is Firearm Pop. You be safe out there. God bless. Bye now.